Welcome to the Peanut Patch, Big Blend Radio's foodie podcast featuring Donna George, owner of the Peanut Patch in Yuma, Arizona. Hey everyone, today on the Peanut Patch here on Big Blend Radio, we're going to talk about spring celebrations. Easter is coming up and so is Mother's Day. You know what? Nancy, my mom, was born on Mother's Day, and let me tell you, she's already telling me, "Hello, Lisa. It's almost Mother's Day. It's almost my birthday." And so I'm already being, I don't want to use the word nagged, but it's true. She's making me very aware. And so I just want to make everyone else aware that Mother's Day is coming, and don't let it be last minute. And of course, Donna George is here from the Peanut Patch. So Donna, is this true? Don't wait.
Yes, it is. And you know what? Your mother is
And you're a mother, so happy
you.
Mother's Day as it comes up in a month or so here.
Yeah, it's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, so Mother's Day is a big deal. And I know we're going to talk a little bit about that next month, but this is important to talk about it right now because this is the last month that the Peanut Patch store is open for this season. Peanut Patch is open. But you are, for your season, it's October through April. So you close the store. What day is it in May again? That everybody should know?
It'll be May 3rd this year. End of day.
Okay. So May 3rd, everybody. However, you can shop online year round. So don't panic. But those in the area of Yuma, Arizona, and if you're driving through, go stock up. Go get those goodies, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and Easter's coming. So is your fudge a big Easter hit?
Our fudge is a big Easter hit, but we also have chocolate molds, and we make Easter things like bunnies and eggs and things like that. And ours aren't hollow. Ours are solid. So you get the real thing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And a very
wow.
price too.
Wow. So a solid Easter egg, like chocolate. Or do you do bunnies?
Yes. And we do religious stuff for those who want to go more on that side.
Oh, wow.
Like we have crosses and different things.
Okay. So you go all in for Easter then.
Yeah.
And now aren't the almonds, there's like a candy covered almond kind of thing? Aren't those also a big deal? And jelly beans, come on, like.
Okay, I could not get jelly beans. I don't know what's going on, but I've tried 3 different places and nobody had them. But I do have Jordan almonds. That's what you're
talking about. Is that what I'm talking about? Okay,
yeah.
So Jordan almonds, that's for Easter. What about, what would you say? Tell us if we go in the store right now, and I know people can buy online too for a lot of different things. Not always the same in the store as online, but go to thepeanutpatch.com.
Correct.
But what would you say if someone's like, okay, I'm going to go get an Easter basket together for everyone. Maybe we're having a gathering. Maybe I'm sending it to someone, or maybe it's just for me. But Easter shouldn't be just for you. But if you're alone on Easter, So, you can celebrate too. So what would you say should go in that Easter basket?
Okay, so we have what we call carrots. They look like a carrot, but they're full of candy.
By the way, it is International Carrot Day today.
Oh,
I'm just saying. So as we talk about carrots, it is International Carrot Day. Everyone, April 4th. We should all know. And Holtville, California is the carrot capital. And that is just like an hour from Yuma?
Yes.
And they have a carrot festival every February, just in case you all wanted to know. But I dig that stuff. It's fun. But yeah, so wait, tell us about these carrots since it's International Carrot Day.
Carrots, but they're filled with different candies.
So like a stocking.
It might be, I can't even think. That's terrible. But different types of candies, we make them, and they're beautiful. And again, they're very reasonably priced. Candy corn, we have some with candy corn in it. some with different, like I said, just different candies, and they're really, really cute, and they make an awesome little Easter gift for maybe a nephew or niece or a mom,
Cool.
even.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
exactly.
Yeah. And the other thing too, Easter, when we talk about candy, Easter is candy time.
Yes.
Um, what about those who need sugar-free? Because I know we've touched on this before on shows, but you do have sugar-free selections for people, right?
Yes, we do. We have some sugar-free chocolates that we make in the store, in-house. We also have a sugar-free fudge, which we have about 8 to 10 flavors on the counter.
Mm,
And we have a few other things that we bring in that are sugar-free. Yes,
Okay, that's awesome. Well, because why should people who need sugar-free be left out? You know,
correct.
yeah, we want that. Now, speaking of candy, and we'll get to Mother's Day, and I know we'll get to that next month too, but don't delay. Let me just remind everybody about Mother's Day, and we will get to it. Mother's Day is May 11th, so the day before Nancy's birthday. So it's the whole weekend. You know what I'm doing all
Yeah.
weekend,
Oh,
Yeah, I'll be celebrating Nancy all weekend. But I wanted to go, and everyone, Nancy is my mom, if you don't know by now, but especially for our new listeners. But um, speaking of candy, I think this is super exciting. You've got a new business in the family, and
yeah.
it's connected to the peanut patch in a certain way. It sounds pretty sweet and delicious. And if you're in Yuma, Arizona this weekend, I'm just saying you may want to go to the fair. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. It's true. And that sweet thing you're talking about is freeze-dried candy by Desert Freeze Dried. That's the name of his business. It's my grandson. He's only 20 years old. He's quite the entrepreneur. And the best thing he's made so far is he's taken our special peanut brittle and freeze-dried it. And it is awesome. It doesn't stick to your teeth. It doesn't break your teeth because it melts in your mouth. It is just delicious.
So the freeze drying does this extra process. So
Yes.
it's kind of like, he does this to different kinds of candies and
Yes.
then the peanut brittle. So he could do this to any kind of candy. Like if I said, hey, can you do this? Or,
There's a few that it won't work on. We have
uh-huh.
several taffies right now. We have Starburst. We have fruit roll-ups, nerd clusters. What else was he cutting up?
Everybody wants a nerd cluster.
Oh yeah, they're cute. We call those porcupines.
And when you put them in your mouth, so they just kind of dissolve like
Well,
candy.
they're filled with air because when you're taking the moisture out, it kind of blows up, like it gets big, and it's
Like
just
cotton candy.
it's kind. That's how he kind of describes it, is almost like cotton candy, only a little bit denser.
Ooh, I
So
want.
yeah, I got to send you some peanut brittle because it is the best.
I want to try that. That is so awesome.
Yes.
Now, does this last, or should you just eat it
Oh,
immediately, or
oh no, it will last a year. It has
what?
a shelf life of a year.
So, are you going to be able to ship this, or is this something
That's
only for the
something
cooler
we have
months?
to do some experimenting with because
Uh-huh.
we haven't gotten that far. But for those in the area, it's going to be available at the store, um, and of course we're going to have a fair booth with it available there. But it's just phenomenal. It's a
And
new.
everyone in Yuma, Arizona, the fair is right now. This is out on Friday, but Saturday, Sunday, the fair will be going. You can find that. But after that, through the rest of April, go to the Peanut Patch until May. Did you say May 2nd or 3rd?
Third.
3rd. So you can get it there. But I'm hoping this is something that can ship, because I
Yes,
want some.
I
But
know. Hey, maybe
you
you'll
know,
be an experiment. I'll send you some, and you can let me know how it did,
oh, I like that.
how it traveled.
Like when do you want to do this?
Well, after
After the fair?
podcast today, let me get the address you're going to be at for the next while, and I will get some in the
I'm in.
mail.
I want to try this. This is so exciting. I've never heard of it. It's something new for me, personally. I mean, I don't, maybe Nancy's heard of it, but I've not heard of drying candy. Like,
Yeah,
I've,
it's real popular with the younger crowd, but
mm.
when my older crowd tries it, once they try it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so good."
And if it's easy on your teeth, like, I don't know, like once we hit over 50, I'm just saying, y'all, like,
Yes.
I want things to be gentle.
And I have an employee who has braces, and I said, "You could eat the freeze dried peanut brittle. You can't, and the freeze dried taffy, but you can't eat the regular because it's going to pull on your braces."
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's just a new fad, and hopefully it will last for a long time because it's awesome.
So this sounds like something that should go into an Easter basket,
Yes, definitely.
maybe a Mommy's Day basket.
Oh, a Mother's Day basket would be awesome. Would be great. You could pick 3 or 4 things and put it in there.
So Mother's Day fudge is
Yeah.
good.
Oh, definitely. Our fudge is
Mm-hmm.
for anything, I think.
Mm-hmm. And what about like, because you have all those beautiful pickles and preserves. Like to me, I would think like that would be something to include in a basket, like the
Yeah.
preserves and maybe like the bread mixes that you have, things like that.
Yes. Those
Like
would
a
be.
full-on culinary basket, you know. And
Mhm.
even for Easter, for a hostess where you give them something like, because you have all those mixes,
Exactly.
um,
That would work
trail
well.
mix. Hmm.
Yeah, give them a little snack basket.
And trail mix, I'm not saying like, make your mom healthy, but it's, trail, everybody needs a snack that's healthy,
Oh yeah. And
you know.
we have a lot of hikers around Yuma, and trail mix is always good to have with you because it'll give you energy. Peanuts are full of protein, so
Hmm.
you get your protein levels up, and tasty as well.
We love our peanuts. We do. Of course, you are the peanut patch, so you have a lot of peanuts, but I also want to remind everybody that April is National Pecan Month or Pecan Month. Everybody says it different. I mean, I've been in trouble in Texas where they say it's pecan because you don't want to say pecan. And then in Georgia, they say pecan. Um, I don't know. We've had interesting conversations on podcasts over the years about pecan, pecan. Some say if you say pecan, it sounds like you're peeing in a can. So I don't know. How do you
I
say
didn't
it?
need to hear that one.
I know. I'm just bringing it up. That's
Yeah.
what I got yelled at. Like it
Oh,
sounds like you're saying you're peeing in a can. So now I say pecan and feel
okay.
very regal about it. But like,
Okay.
how do you say it?
Well,
Pecan or pecan?
we say on out here, and
Yeah, and you're gonna now say it
uh,
forever.
um,
But
now I will never say pecan because I'll think of peeing in a can.
I know. That's how it just like that nipped it in the bud for me.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say, but then I've got that sense of humor that will say pecan just for saying it. Um, you know, um, Arizona has pecans, and
Yes,
that's an interesting fact for people to know. New Mexico and Southeast Arizona, known for pecans. Did you know that a pecan is actually a native plant of America? It
I did
is.
not.
I didn't know until I found out that it was pecan day. Oopsie.
Okay.
And yeah, so they are cultivated primarily in Georgia, New Mexico, Texas, and over the border in Mexico. And of course, Louisiana loves their, now you could say praline or praline. Praline. I don't know which one you want to say, but they're sweet and delicious. And of course, we all know pecan pie.
Oh yeah.
That
And
is with ice cream,
oh,
vanilla ice
you're
cream.
making me hungry.
I know this is always a terrible podcast for this. If you're listening, I know you're going to start feeling it. Last time we were talking about, what was it? Chocolate chip cookies and ice cream
I
as a
believe.
sandwich.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
I believe that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went
Yeah.
and ate
Well,
afterward.
yes. And I had the candy corn and peanuts
Yes.
mix after that. Yeah. Huh. That's not going away. Everybody, listen, I don't care if it's not Halloween. Candy corn, and Donna has some. Go get it.
Yep.
Put those, I just get them out of that, carrot, get the candy corn out of the carrot
Carrot
and
and
mix
put it
it with
with
some,
some peanuts. Do you know
and
what
tell,
that? You know
it has
what?
to be salted peanuts. Has
Yeah,
to be.
it's like a payday candy
It
bar.
is so good.
Yep.
And oh, come on, everybody. Life is a little crazy right now. Eat some sugar and some peanuts. It's good for you. Just a
Oh yeah.
little bit, unless you aren't allowed the candy corn. But if you like a good payday bar, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this
That's
combination is the
is
simplest combination, and I need some.
okay.
I just like I really want some. So get some peanuts, salted. Oh, I want to try them. The ones with the little red skins on them.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. I want those.
Okay.
That. Yeah, I think I'd like to. I wonder. I see a whole new
Back to
trail mix
pecans.
coming.
Okay, back to
Hmm.
pecans. Let me tell you a little bit about what we carry in the store. We,
Yes.
we use pecans in our fudge a lot, both
Mm.
the halves and the little pieces. We have fudge with caramel, cream cheese, chocolate, and pecans. Oh, it's so good.
Oh my gosh, Donna.
And we sell pecans for you to be able to bake with too.
Mm.
And
And
they're always
you,
fresh because we make sure our products are good before we bag them and set them out.
the other great way to enjoy pecans is to get some medjool dates that Donna
Oh,
has.
yes.
And you stuff those dates. And this would be great for Easter or for a Mother's Day brunch.
Our Mother's Day
By the
brunch.
way, everybody, April is brunch month. So we're going on it now. And I say everybody should have fudge at brunch, you know,
Yes,
and have a
but
sip of champagne and a piece of fudge, and you'll be happy for the rest of the day. And maybe we'll need to take a nap, but a little sugar high there. But if you take pecans and you stuff them in a medjool date with peanut butter, what do you say,
oh,
Donna?
yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yeah. You know what? I have not stopping getting Instagram and Facebook reels on the medjool dates being like the creme de la creme kind of, go-to sweet snack for people that want and need sweetness.
Yes, and it's they're not as bad for you because there's a lot of health to them too.
Hmm.
You
And
know,
we're in that mode, being in spring. We all want to, shed a few winter pounds and, feel, make a little change, but like we're getting salads, it's salads. Well, in Yuma right now, it's a little warmer than spring, but,
not yet. We
salads with dates. Come on. That's another good thing for a brunch.
oh, you know what? You're right. Chop them up and put them in a salad like you would raisins or cranberries.
Hmm.
Why not?
With some pecans
Of course.
or some peanuts.
You could even
You,
candy the pecans.
oh,
Ooh.
no, do you have candied ones or do we candy them ourselves? I've never
Well,
candied
I
anything.
I normally would, but unfortunately, that's an item that we have already sold out for the season.
Okay, so people
So
can candy themselves.
they
They
can.
can, you just sugar them and heat them up. And
I believe you use sugar, probably a little bit of cinnamon.
oh,
Sure what the recipe is.
mm. Now I'm kind of
And
thinking we can do all kinds of things with pecans.
yeah,
We can spice them up too, right?
you could add a little spice to that. Yep.
Mm. They are really good for us. Now, I was, the history of pecans is it's really interesting because, then they went back over to Europe from there. And the Native Americans used to use them and grind them up into like a pasty kind of liquid and drink it basically with pecans because they're around. And some people use pecan oil and pecan butter, just like what we use for, peanut oil is one of the greatest oils to use if you're doing if you're doing frying, like you're doing, crazy frying, like
Yeah.
high heat.
Yeah.
That's
Thing
good to
high.
use.
Peanut oil has a very high heat index. It will go hotter without catching on fire.
Well, I'm going to go back to this on the Native Americans with the pecans. They collected the fruit to make flour, the fruit. So they were traded. They were a trading thing between the Europeans and the and Native Americans. And apparently they made the flour out of it and used it as a meat substitute and a milky fermented drink called pau hicora. So the pecan is related to the hickory tree. And there's
Oh my
all
God.
of this, and walnuts. They're all connected. And when you go hiking in Arizona, you'll find walnut trees.
Yes.
So, and all throughout the Southwest, Nevada, I mean, I've seen them everywhere, but they're all connected in the same kind of family group. So they used this fermented drink so that made them a little happy. And they used some of the bark and leaves and they made a tea to heal ailments like tuberculosis, TB. So how about that? The power
That is
of the pecan.
really, wow, that is really interesting. We're never too
So,
learn something new.
yeah. So, and then bringing it back to Arizona. So Nogales, and the border city of Nogales, between south of Tucson over into Mexico. So Nogales is a nut, and that's where they grow the pecans. And
Well,
that's what Nogales means.
that's probably how it got its name.
Well, that's how the early explorers, the Spanish ones,
Correct.
their name is for it translates to wrinkle nut because they do look wrinkly,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But they are related to the walnut. And Thomas Jefferson planted pecan trees, so he was one of the first ones to do it. And yeah, the history goes deep, and pecans are one of our national trees, like nut trees, and it is a native plant, and it's a state plant in different places, or a state nut and things like that all over Georgia and all of those areas. But you can get them at the peanut patch in Arizona, and you are in southern Arizona, so it makes
Yes.
sense to go and get them and do what you want to do with them, or just eat them. But I'm going to say make some pie. Oh, don't you make like turtle things with them?
Yes, we have turtles too. We still have some. We make our own caramel. Then we pour it over the pecan pieces. Then we dip it in chocolate, and then we sell it. And it is the best.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
I think moms would want turtles in the basket.
Hey, that would be awesome for Mother's Day. Yes.
What would you say in terms of color? Because when it's spring colors for Mother's Day, we want to give flowers, pretty light pastels, that kind of thing. What else would you put in there? I know you have gifts too, right? That you can include.
Oh, yeah. We have all kinds of different things.
I'd say some of the cards you've got.
Yes.
I like the bread
Cards.
mixes. I think the bread mix and the soup mixes and things like
Yeah,
that, where it's something unique.
mixes. You know what? And even in Yuma, where it gets hot, the soup mix is great because you could make a whole pot, put it in smaller containers, and freeze it for that day when you're in a hurry and you just want something quick. And they are delicious.
Mm.
I think we're one of the best customers for that soup company, because we order at least once a month.
The soups are, you still have hot food when it's hot out,
Yes.
and your body regulates with it, and
And
they
you know
even
what?
say don't drink ice water. Actually,
Oh,
it
exactly.
actually heats you up more before it cools you down. Interestingly,
Because you have to create heat to warm the water or melt the ice in your mouth and stuff. But our soups are gluten-free
oh, that's nice for people.
for those people who are watching,
Yeah,
can't have the gluten.
yeah. Now that's cool. Now I do know you have pickled carrots. I got to say that because it's
Okay.
International
Because it
Carrot
is
Day, but
exactly.
pickled things are also just great. I mean, we're doing brunches. A lot of people at brunch do like a Bloody Mary bar, and I know that you have all kinds of things to go
Oh,
with
yeah.
that.
Olives. We
Yeah,
could carrots. You could put asparagus.
jalapenos.
Green beans. We have
Hmm.
pickled green beans.
Yeah. So for brunch, the Bloody Mary bar. Okay. So everybody, this is just getting bigger and bigger. Well, spring is exciting because people are getting outside, they're getting together,
Yes.
and it's so exciting. And it's a season of hope and renewal and rebirth and
Yes.
flowers and baby animals and baby birds. And, it's fun. It's a fun, vibrant season. So, our food should be the same way and should be shared. So
Correct.
Easter, Mother's Day, spring brunch, all of that. Girls gets together, and then we get into Memorial Weekend where we get to barbecue.
Oh yeah.
So, I think in Yuma you guys barbecue year round, but
Not
we'll talk
everyone.
about we'll get to that next. But all those pickles, right? All those kinds of
And
things,
even if you just wanted to put them on a tray for snacks as well, not,
yeah,
they'd be great.
charcuterie boards and things like
Yes.
that too.
Charcuterie
hmm
board.
Now that's something nice to do for your mom. hmm Yeah. Oh, Donna, you got so much going on in the store there. Lastly, Donna, it is Fresh Celery Month. I know last time we talked, I think it was Celery Day. So just remember for kids, and I think this would be fun on Easter. Kids love to be part of what's going on. Cut up some celery, give them the peanut butter and let them put their own raisins or chop up some dates, right? Medjool
Exactly.
dates and make them the little ants on the log. Don't you think that would be fun for the kids to put their little,
Yeah. And that way,
raisins?
it's something healthy along with all the candy that they're eating.
Yeah, you got to balance it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Halloween, yeah, the candy thing can get a little much. The sugar spiking, and so I would say medjool dates and peanut butter and celery. That's healthy
I
and
think that would be
delicious.
an awesome midday snack for them, because they've been running around finding Easter eggs and various things, and then you give them that for a little snack. They'll get some good
Mm.
protein.
Okay, last question, Donna. You're gonna stuff some Easter eggs, those little plastic ones, right?
Yeah.
That go out in the yard. Because the plastic ones are all we can afford these days in this country. Just
Oh, yeah.
kidding. Just kidding. Had to make an egg joke. I know Easter's going to look so different this year. Everyone's going to be eating chocolate eggs instead of
Exactly.
Easter eggs. And Donna says, come on down. So
Exactly.
she's got you covered. But if you're going to stuff an Easter egg, that a kid finds with something from the peanut patch, what would you put in it?
Okay. I would either put candy corn. We have these things that look like Legos. They're like a sweet tart and they're really cute
Ooh,
and they won't melt because in our
we
area,
want the Lego. Yeah, we
if
want the
you
Lego.
put any kind of chocolate in there, it's going to melt.
Mm.
What else could we do? Oh, there's probably
Oh, the Jordan almonds could
the
go in
Jordan
there.
almonds would be good in there. Boston baked
Mm.
beans.
That's
Just
a good idea.
those kind of things that won't melt.
Yeah.
I've found Easter eggs that had chocolate in them, and they're not too good in
Yeah.
the area because all that chocolate melted and went everywhere.
Yeah, everyone's different. I mean, we had Easter in England when we lived over there, and they do this tradition of this giant Easter egg that's filled with Smarties, which are like M&Ms.
Oh, that's what else I have. I have Smarties they could put in there.
What?
I have
Smarties?
Smarties. Yes.
I want some Smarties. Oh, maybe you could put the freeze-dried candy in there. I don't know if it melts, though. It might melt, huh?
Well, okay. So we have a few that have chocolate on them, but there's only a small amount of chocolate. So I think they would be fine.
Huh.
And
That
if
would be
it
cool.
didn't like the little taffy balls would do great. Guys.
And hard candy can go in there. All
Yeah.
kinds of hard candy can go in. And M&Ms.
Fruit
M&Ms are pretty good, but
you
but
gotta be
Smarties.
careful though, because when they get too hot, they crack.
Yeah, that's true. They do. I've
So
I've witnessed to that. And yeah, you wouldn't want to know what I have done in our car in different
oh,
temperatures and like forgotten road snacks and they're going, oh, you know. But in England, they take these giant pieces like chocolate eggs, like you could hold it in your arms kind of thing. And then they throw it down this hill. And I think it was called Beacon Hill, like Beacon's chocolate. And then it opens up the egg and everybody runs after it's not M&Ms over there. They call the M&M Smarties and they have, this other, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, but they're so good. So everybody goes and it's kind of like a piñata in a weird way, right?
Like a piñata.
Yeah. Yeah. Piñata. So, it's just a different tradition. And we did that. And then I'm like, but I really wanted the chocolate egg. Now it's all broken and gone. I didn't care what was inside. I wanted the chocolate egg because I thought this is the biggest chocolate egg I've ever seen as a kid. And then everybody's smashing them. And I'm like, this is terrible. Save the eggs. As a kid, isn't that funny how we are as kids? We're all so different. Like, what one kid's going to find is super cool. The other one's finding traumatizing. I find it traumatizing that you're breaking the eggs. You're breaking the chocolate. That's traumatizing to the chocolate and to me, because I want to eat it and break it myself into little pieces and do what I want to do with it. I don't want to waste it on a hill. Are you kidding me? It's chocolate.
That is weird. That's a strange tradition, but I guess
I'm going to have to ask Glenn, our Norfolk tours guy, about this tradition. Next time I talk to him, and he's going to go, no, Lisa, you're totally remembering it a different way. But I thought it was traumatic, but fun at the same time. But I just was like, our chocolate's in the grass. Like, what? It got broken. And, I just was excited, but they also have those nice chocolatey eggs. So I'm glad that you're making those. That's awesome. That it's like making super cool. Well, Donna, happy Easter to you and your family and everyone going to the store. And happy Mother's Day, though I know I'll get to wish you that again and on our May episode. But wishing you all the best as you say goodbye to the Yuma season at the Peanut Patch.
Sounds great.
All right. We'll talk soon. Everyone, don't forget Donna and her grandson are going to be at the Yuma Fair this weekend. But if you're not there this weekend, go into the store and don't forget also go to thepeanutpatch.com because you can buy things online there too if you're not in Yuma, Arizona. So thanks so much, Donna.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here on the Peanut Patch on Big Blend Radio. You can visit the store between October and April in Yuma, Arizona, or shop online at thepeanutpatch.com and keep up with new episodes that air every first Friday at 12 p.m. Arizona time at bigblendradio.com.